record here. And so for those I'm just meeting for the first time, my name is Melissa Street. I formerly was a PNC licensed agent for State Farm. I sold home and auto and commercial insurance. And about 11 years ago, a friend of mine invited me to a presentation similar to what you're about to experience. And I came into this with an open mind. I forget who it was that just mentioned it, but they said, listen, I'm looking for other ways of making more money just to diversify. How many of you guys agree that's important to diversify in today's economy? And so as I listened in over the next 15, 20 minutes, it just really peeled back some layers of how I can still stay in my lane. So again, I know many of you are in real estate, insurance, or financial professionals. Stay in your lane, but also one, creating a reoccurring revenue for yourself, and two, giving a value add for your clients. And so I'm excited for you guys to learn about this specific tool that you can add to your tool belt. And the individual I want to invite on to give this presentation, he's what's called a regional vice president platinum. And there's only a handful of those individuals in our company. And how you get there is by helping a lot of people. And this gentleman has speak on multiple stages across the country, on platforms, and people just sought after him to hear about this specific tool to complement their business. So with that, let me turn it over to Regional Vice President, Mr. Jeff Street.
Well, Melissa, thank you so much. I appreciate you getting the call started. Good morning, everybody, or good afternoon, depending on what part of the country that you're in. And, Melissa had a background as a PNC agent, worked with State Farm for many years, like a good neighbor. Melissa was always there. And she was somebody that always prided herself on adding value to her clients, going above and beyond. How many of us have that mindset like Melissa? Going out and being the difference maker, going out and, going above and beyond for our clients. And she was able to take this tool that you're going to learn about here today. And today she's taught people all around the world how to earn residual income, especially folks that are in these spaces. So we're excited to be able to share some information with you today. Two of my favorite words to say are residual income. And we're going to talk to you about how you can go out and create a residual income from your referrals. How many of us just like the concept of turning referrals into revenue and turning referrals into residual revenue? And so I'm going to show you how you can add value to your clients. For those of you that are in the housing space, you can make their move and experience easier. Create a reoccurring revenue stream for yourself long after the transaction is over. For those of you that are in the life insurance space, for those of you that are financial professionals, I'm going to show you opportunities to be able to go out and help clients repurpose their money, how they can go out and have additional money to put into a whole life policy or to put into an infinite banking strategy. And, for some of you, what I'm going to talk about today is going to be found revenue. And what I mean by that, some of you are going to hear what I'm going to say and say, I'm already doing this anyway. I'm just not getting paid for it. So again, let's show you today how to turn referrals into revenue. And so the first group of individuals that I want to talk to are all of you that are in the real estate or in the housing space. I'm going to talk to you about having a digital utility concierge service so that when clients move into properties and ask you things like, hey, where do I go for internet? Hey, who do I call for electricity? Hey, who do I call for security? You've got a link that you can send to somebody that they can help them actually get their services set up. So let's say you have a client, a buyer or a tenant that's moving into a property. And let's say that this client or tenant is looking for internet. You can send them a link just like this, and they can browse AT&T, Frontier, Spectrum, Kinetic, and Ziply. They can search for the best deal. And if they like what they see, they can literally schedule their internet installation right through your website. And then every month when they pay their internet bill, you earn a residual income. Now, for those of you that are in the that do homeowners policy, PNC agents that are on the call, I know every time that you write a homeowners policy, you ask every single one of your clients, do you have home security? And the reason why you ask that question is because if they have home security, they're going to get a discount on their homeowner's insurance policy. So imagine anytime they say no, you can say, hey, listen, let me send you a link. I'm going to be able to have you take a look at this. It's with a company we work with called Vivint. Take a look, browse. If you like what you see, there's a number on there. You can call it. They can give you a custom quote. And if it's something that works for you, give me a call back, let me know, and I can add on the discount to your homeowner's insurance policy. Now, I know where I live here in the state of Texas, the average homeowner's policy for residents here in North Dallas has gone up by $4,000 just this year alone. And so being able to get that discount, again, can add a lot of value to customers. I know some of you that are real estate brokers or real estate agents on the call, you probably have the ADT rep that's called you up before. Hey, if you refer me your client and they get a home security system, I'll give you a $150 gift card or a $200 gift card. You know, why do they do that? The reason they do that is if you refer your customer to them, they're going to make a residual income on your customer. How about you can create that residual income for your customer? Do you know the average smart home security customer is on the service for 10 to 12 years? So imagine a one-time referral that turns into 10 to 20 years of revenue. How many should rather earn 20% on a home security bill every month for 10 to 12 years than getting a $150 gift card from an ADT rep? I'm sure the answer is all of us. And you know, we've got a lot of great value to be able to add to the customers. You can take a look. They have a promotion when they go to our website. Somebody can buy a camera, get a camera free. The customer actually gets a $150 gift card by using your portal. And in addition to that, they get free installation, free activation. And they can go through their portal. They get your portal. They can take a look at what's there. And if they like what they see, they just dial this 877 number from your portal. Your phone doesn't ring. A representative from Vivint, their phone rings. They'll give your customer a custom quote. And if they like what they hear, they'll sign them up as your customer. And again, on average, that's 10 to 12 years of reoccurring revenue for yourself for passing that referral. Now, let's talk about natural gas and electricity. There's 19 states in our country where people can also choose their gas and electricity provider. And right now, energy prices are going up practically all over the country. I know the state of Massachusetts, they just announced that in December of this year, their electric rates are going back up to 29 cents. I know that New Hampshire is rising significantly at the end of this year. Connecticut is rising significantly at the end of the year. I heard a lot of people on the call from the state of Maine. I know we have Steve Gerard on here, real estate photographer for Maine. He's been helping a tremendous amount of his clients when it comes to locking in their electricity rate. And not only can we help somebody when it comes to moving to a new property, get connected with these services, but I believe all of us are in industries where we're always looking for multiple touch points, how to reconnect with the previous client. And I know that we have a lot of agents and a lot of brokers and a lot of teams calling back previous clients right now, talking about how these prices are rising. Hey, look, here's something I'm doing for my new clients that I can extend for you as well. I just pulled up the state of Maine where some of you guys are, Central Maine Power. On our website, look, you can lock in a rate with no contract, with no cancellation fee for a rate that's 18% lower than what somebody's currently paying in your market. Guys, that's adding massive value to customers. And we've got people that are getting listings and referrals by going and making those phone calls to educate their customers, consumer education, and it turns into a reoccurring revenue for yourself. Now, for those of you that are in the financial space, for those of you that are in the life insurance space, for those of you that are P&C agents that have people call you up and say, hey, do you offer health insurance? And for years you've said no, because it's so complicated to get a health insurance license. I want to show you my favorite service. That's something where we're making such a big difference for so many individuals, so many families, and so many small businesses, you know, around the country. And it's a company by the name of Impact Health Sharing, where we're taking community and technology, putting it together, and we have something that just works better and feels better than traditional health insurance. Matter of fact, real estate professionals. Did you know that over 36% of real estate agents in the country have no health insurance? How many streets? Not because people want to play Russian roulette with their life, right? It's because the cost is so high. And let's compare the difference between health insurance and what we're doing with Impact Health Sharing. And we have so many financial and insurance professionals right now helping their clients repurpose their money by introducing this tool to them. Now, in the health insurance world, there's high monthly premiums. Matter of fact, Wall Street Journal did an article last week saying that this fall, with open enrollment, Individuals are going to see their highest health insurance premium increases in over a decade. Now, with Impact Health Sharing, we're not going up. Matter of fact, we've never raised our rates. Matter of fact, we're helping individuals, families, and small businesses save 30 to 70% on their healthcare costs. In the health insurance space, there's typically a high deductible per family member. With Impact Health Sharing, there's one combined PRA, which is like a family deductible for the entire family combined for as low as $2,500 a year for the entire family. In health insurance, you're restricted to a network, an HMO plan or a PPO plan. With Impact Health Sharing, there is no network. You can go to any doctor you want, anywhere in the country, and you'll never be charged an out-of-network fee. You can go to any doctor you want. On top of that, they have the lowest prescription pricing in the industry. They also have low copays, low provider fees. They have 24/7 free telemedicine included. We also help migrants that are in the process of getting their citizenship. If somebody has an ITIN number and they have a legal government ID from Mexico, Guatemala, Canada, or the US, they can also become an Impact Health Sharing member. And there's no open enrollment period. Somebody can become a customer at any time, and their coverage begins the first day of the next calendar month. And the exclusive marketing partner for Impact Health Sharing and the company behind the partnerships of all these services is a company I've represented now for almost 18 years by the name of ACN. They're the world's largest direct seller of telecommunications, home services, and energy. They're in 27 countries around the world. They've done billions and billions of dollars in revenue, helping millions of individuals and businesses around the world save money on essential services. Now, we talked about many of the services we offer already, but we also help people with their cell phone service. We work with T-Mobile, we work with AT&T, and we work with Spectrum. We also help people with their television. We work with DirecTV, Dish Network, Direct Streaming TV, and television. We also do credit card processing. I know we have some folks on the call that are in commercial real estate. Not only can we help a new merchant set up, but we can help an existing client save money. Matter of fact, we guarantee a business owner we can meet or beat their rate on their credit card processing. And if we can't, we won't accept their business, and we'll give them a $250 gift card for giving us the 10 minutes of their time. We also have an amazing discounted travel club. How many of us like to travel, by show of hands? You know, this has been an amazing closing gift that many offices are doing now. We have an exclusive discount travel club where some people are actually giving their clients a 1-year subscription to our discount travel club as a closing gift. Matter of fact, my wife and I, we've saved over $2,000 this year just on hotels that we've stayed at, in addition to having a free priority pass to the airport lounges. And then I know we've got lenders on the call. We have an amazing identity theft protection product. It's called ID Seal. It's like LifeLock, Norton Antivirus, and Credit Karma all wrapped up into one. And it's 20% less than LifeLock. Now, one other thing that's really neat, when it comes to electricity and natural gas, how many of you would like to eliminate your electric or gas bill by referring clients and tenants? Take a listen to this. If you go out and refer 12 customers, and you can be your own electric customer as well, to our gas and or electricity partner, you can actually get your gas and or electric bill for up to free every month as well, which is phenomenal. But guys, these are some of the biggest and fastest growing industries in the world, industries that are not affected by interest rates, industries that are not affected by the economy, and we can get compensated for these referrals. And there's 4 ways that happens. Number 1 is bonuses. Every month, ACN will pay you a bonus based on the amount of services you connect through your website. And a service is not a person, it's a bill. So let's say one client wants internet, electricity, and home security. That's 3 services, even though it's one client. Let's say a small business has 10 employees. They want healthcare for all 10 employees. That's 10 services, even though it's one business. So services can add up really quickly. So can these bonuses. Any month that somebody refers 5 services, that's a $200 bonus, plus an additional $200 for every 3 services afterwards, and there's no limit to it. You know, we've had property management companies get started and switch over 300 electric accounts in one day. We've had small businesses that have brought in 40 and 50 employees for the healthcare plan. There's no limit to this. But what really got my attention, and the attention probably of the person that invited you onto this call, is what I talked about in the beginning: residual income, reoccurring revenue. See, ACN will pay you up to 20% of the commissionable revenue of a customer's bill month after month, year after year, for the life of them being a customer. And think about it for a minute. How long do people pay these bills for? Forever, right? We can pay off our home, we can pay off our car. Who'd agree you can never pay off your electric bill? You can never pay off your cell phone bill. I have customers and clients that I referred almost 18 years ago that are still paying their bill today. And I've earned a percentage every month for almost 18 years based on that one-time conversation. How many of us have clients that we referred to some of these services 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 5 years ago, that are still using these services, that are still paying the bills? Probably every one of us, but here's an opportunity that now in the future, you can get paid every time that happens. Now, the third piece of this is you can introduce the concept to other people. Now, some people are just going to use this as a tool in their toolbox to add value to the clients and create a residual income for yourself. But other people are thinking like I was, and you're like, I know some amazing connectors. I know some people that would be great at this. And we have a network marketing component of what we do as well, where you can introduce the other people to this business, and we'll help you build the team. And you'll earn an overriding residual income of 4% of all the customers gathered by the representatives in your team, month after month, year after year, for the life of them being a customer. You know, almost 18 years into doing this, today, my wife and I have almost 50,000 customers that our team has brought in over the course of the last almost 18 years that pay a bill every month. And to get started with ACN, it's just $299 one time for somebody to start, own, and operate their own ACN business. The only operating cost at all is $25 a month. They set up the website, they host it, they update it, they do the customer service. All we do is create the connections. And now I know I showed you guys a little bit about the website earlier on. I'm just going to show you one last piece again. And this is my favorite, service on the website. And this is something that so many of us can really benefit from as well. Let me show you guys how simple it is to give a referral for somebody as a healthcare quote. All you do is hit shop now. And within seconds, we can generate a quote for somebody. All we're going to do is put in the date of birth of the oldest person in the family. So there's mine. There's 2 of us in our family. I hit get quote. Now, my wife and I, we had a real high deductible plan with Blue Cross Blue Shield because we're both healthy. We wanted to drive our price down, and we were paying almost $1,000 a month for Blue Cross and Blue Shield. When we put in this quote, we were blown away. We picked a plan that was $364 a month, cut our deductible down significantly, saved us almost $8,000 a year, and now we have no network. For those of you that are in the financial space, how many of you could help me repurpose $8,000 a year? How many of you have a lot better ideas of where that money can go as opposed to in Blue Cross's pocket, right? So if somebody likes what they see, here's how simple it is. You scroll up, you hit enroll now. It only takes somebody 10 to 15 minutes to become a customer. Their coverage begins the first day of the next month. They don't need to do a urine test. They don't need to do a blood test. It's all based on the honor system. And you don't have to be a licensed health insurance agent to refer Impact Health Sharing. And if they have questions, you don't need to be the expert. Look at the simplicity of this. All you do is just hit request information and put in somebody's name, email, and phone number. Your ID number is embedded on the website. And all you do is hit the button that says request info, and that's it. Somebody from Impact Health Sharing is going to reach out to your potential customer, whether it's an individual, a family, or a small business, answer any of the questions they have. And if they like what they hear, they'll sign them up as your customer. How many should agree? Really simple process, right? And guys, the team we're a part of has been the #1 team worldwide in this company for 15 years in a row because of our system. And I just want to have a few people that are on the call share what they do for a living, how they've used this with their clients, and what they've seen from the training and support. And the first person I want to bring up is actually a realtor here in Texas, David Oliveras. David, I'd love to have you share your story.
Good morning, everybody. First of all, thank you, Mr. Jeff Street, for your leadership. Incredible presentation. I love this. I get excited even more every time I take a look at this. I've been doing real estate for about 20 years from South Texas, McAllen, Texas. And while I've been doing great in the real estate space, about 2008, 2009, we had a major wake-up call when the real estate recession hit our U.S. I'm sure a lot of us remember that. So at the time, I said, you know what? I need to look at alternate streams of income. I took a look at this a few years ago. I fell in love with the people, definitely the support system that we have. And of course, the services that Mr. Street is talking about as a real estate agent, these clients were already getting them anyway. Why not take it a step further and help them out with these services? And they appreciated customer service and the residuals. Who can't say no to the residuals, right? To this day, I've got a little over 2,000 customers, part-time, spare time, close to about 100 partners, right? But the success that I've had in my time has been due to the training and support of the Rockstar system. We're all busy. I do want to share two quick little testimonials. I'm not a broker, even though I've been doing real estate for a long time. I share this concept with my broker. He's a commercial property agent, a realtor, and also a property manager. He oversees over 140 properties. He saw the Valley get started, and on impact, I went from 885 that I was paying a month to 150 with the monthly share that I chose to go with. So thank you very much for having me on, Mr. Street.
Now, I love hearing your share, buddy. Number one, agents on the call, think about this. David brought this to his broker. His broker signed up underneath him. Now other agents in the team are referring this to their clients, and David's earning an overriding residual income because he introduced his broker. Also, I love David talked about went from $850 a month in health insurance to I forget the number he said, but I think it's $600 or $700 a month savings with Impact Health Sharing. That's phenomenal. Now, next I want to bring somebody onto the call that's in East Texas, who's a financial professional. When I met him, he's got some really amazing stories when it comes to the power of helping clients repurpose their money through Impact Health Sharing, and that's Joe Navarro. Joe, if you can unmute, would love to have you share your story.
Hey, thanks, Jeff. Great presentation. I've been involved since November of last year and, helping clients with infinite banking, cash flow banking. And it's a simple process. Every client I meet with, it's just one more question is, would you like a free quote on your healthcare? And one of the first big cases we helped was a business owner of a clinic, 12 employees, Blue Cross Blue Shield. We were able to save them $97,000 by switching over to Impact Healthcare. So that's our main focus. Also jumped into the business brokering world this year and have helped several business owners on top of the healthcare clinic. And so here's the thing I want to, just leave with you though. It's just a simple question that you can, take with you. Since last November, we've added 430 reps to our team that have done over 5,000 customers. And, Impact Healthcare is the greatest service that I've ever marketed in my life. And so grateful that we have a leadership team that we're able to invite to, Zooms like this and do the heavy lifting. So Jeff, thanks, brother.
I appreciate you, sharing. We have Jeff Rincon on the line, big influencer in the real estate space, built a meetup group of, I think, over 40,000 people around the world now. And what he's been able to do with this and how he's implemented has been phenomenal. And Jeff, why don't you share a little bit about yourself?
Thank you, Mr. Street. I appreciate you. So my name is Jeff Rincon. We've actually been involved in the real estate business since 1996. We started as a real estate agent, been investing since 97, also became an attorney. So I saw this 18 years into real estate. And it was 10 years ago, believe it or not, that I saw it and it made sense, the mathematics. I'm like, hey, I have bills, rather get paid on my bills than not. So we implemented it. And some of our bills were sizable just because we own properties where we paid the heat for the tenant, like these little mid-rise apartment buildings. And some of them would be $6,000 a month total, in the winter, $15,000 a month. So I would always say yes to get paid on those bills. But then we implemented it for every, we had 2 real estate offices, so we implemented it in our real estate brokerage offices. So every agent, every time they did a closing, we get paid on the residual, not just the commission, on the residual today, since we signed up into ACN. So now fast forward 2023, we have many different buckets now within real estate that we could spend some time going into, but keep it simple is that we get paid residual on thousands and thousands of customers, including closings that happen almost 10 years ago. We're getting paid on now, like a royalty payment. Like I feel like a musician or something. I was excited about this, Mrs. Street. So thank you for letting me share. Thank you so much.
Love that. And just take away a few things of what Jeff talked about. Number one, for those who are like, hey, does this work with commercial utility bills? You heard him say getting paid on a $15,000 a month bill, a $6,000 a month bill. Also, Jeff sold his real estate offices, still has his law firm, still practices real estate law. He sold his brokerage. Agents are still signing up customers. He's getting paid on customers that were gathered before he sold his real estate company, and he's getting paid on services that are being acquired today, which is phenomenal. And lastly, one of the individuals that Jeff has taught how to implement this into his business is on the lending side. He's out of California. They call him the mortgage dude. And Daryl Taylor, are you still on the line with us? I think I saw Daryl here.
Yes, sir. Good morning, good afternoon, everyone. I'm Daryl Taylor. I'm here in Southern California. Been in the mortgage lending space for about 13 years. And I was super excited when I literally signed up on a Zoom, guys. It just made that much sense for me. There's a lot of people in the real estate and lending industry right now who just simply aren't doing what they did last year, and the year before, and the year before, just due to market conditions. It just is what it is. So this has allowed me to continue to have a continued stream of income despite what rates are doing, despite what the market is doing. So when I first learned about this, I grabbed these services for myself, right? I needed to make sure it was legit. And when I did so, I paid myself 3 ways. First with savings, then with bonuses, and then with the all-encompassing and important residual income. And then I jump-started my business by going back to my previous clients. So it added a few touch points for me, right? I actually grabbed some referrals out of it, so it simultaneously helped my mortgage business. And I just simply asked my clients a simple question: hey, do you look for other ways of saving money? Right? And what do you think they said? So I was able to help them with services. And so as of today, I'm now getting paid on loans that I closed 5 years ago when I only got 1 commission check. So it's pretty cool. And then what I do for my current clients while they're in escrow, I'm letting them know and reminding them to go ahead and grab ID Seal and protect themselves while in escrow. Guys, I have multiple years where I had multiple clients whose bank accounts were hacked while in the middle of escrow, right? So imagine being in escrow, purchasing an entire house, and $15,000 comes up missing out of your account while you're in the middle of escrow. So they have that added protection. And then just before CTC clear to close, I'm making sure they go ahead and grab their TV, internet, home security, and those bells and whistles to just make their buying experience easier. And let's just be honest, guys, it makes me look like a rock star when it's all said and done, because I literally am a one-stop shop with my digital storefront. Last but not least, guys, the Impact Healthcare, I use it for myself. So my family and I, we're saving about $7,000 annually. 2-3 weeks ago, I helped a business owner who specializes in ADU. We saved him about $4,500 annually. So it's an absolute no-brainer. I also signed up my broker who has 200 LOs, 50 agents, and about 25 W-2 employees. So we're going to get him going as well, and just keep that circle of money going, right? So I learned about this opportunity late last year. My success it has all been due to the training and support of the Rockstar system that we get here. I'll give it back to you, Jeff. Thanks for letting me share.
Well, Daryl, thank you so much for sharing, and thanks for sharing a lot of insights on how you're implementing it as well. I know that's very helpful for a lot of people. And speaking of implementation, we have a training. Matter of fact, this Saturday morning, we have a training right on Zoom, just teaching people how to do this. And guys, at this point, we're going to wrap up the formal meeting. We are going to open up breakout rooms with the individuals that invited you on the call, help you get any questions that you have answered. And, let's go out and turn referrals into residual revenue together. God bless everybody. Thanks for attending our call, and we'll see you in the breakout rooms.